One day I will find the right words, and they will be simple. Live, travel, adventure, bless, and don't be sorry. There was nowhere to go but everywhere, so just keep on rolling under the stars. My fault, my failure, is not in the passions I have, but in my lack of control of them. Nothing behind me, everything ahead of me, as is ever so on the road. The only truth is music. The air was soft, the stars so fine, the promise of every cobbled alley so great, that I thought I was in a dream. A pain stabbed my heart, as it did every time I saw a girl I loved who was going the opposite direction in this too big world. The best teacher is experience and not through someone's distorted point of view. I was surprised, as always, by how easy the act of leaving was and how good it felt. The world was suddenly rich with possibility. Happiness consists in realizing it is all a great, strange dream. Don't use the phone, Og. People are never ready to answer it. Use poetry. Great things are not accomplished by those who yield to trends and fads and popular opinion. I don't know, I don't care, and it doesn't make any difference. Will you love me in December as you do in May? Because in the end, you won't remember the time you spent working in the office or mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain. It all ends in tears anyway. My witness is the empty sky. My whole wretched life swam before my weary eyes, and I realized no matter what you do, it's bound to be a waste of time in the end, so you might as well go mad. What's in store for me in the direction I don't take? It always makes me proud to love the world somehow. Hate's so easy compared. I saw that my life was a vast, glowing, empty page, and I could do anything I wanted. I'm going to marry my novels and have little short stories for children. Life must be rich and full of loving. It's no good otherwise, no good at all for anyone. One man practicing kindness in the wilderness is worth all the temples this world pulls. Houses are full of things that gather dust. Finding nirvana is like locating silence. Pain or love or danger makes you real again. Soon it got dusk, a grapey dusk, a purple dusk over tangerine groves and long melon fields. The sun the color of pressed grapes, slashed with burgundy red. The fields the color of love and Spanish mysteries. My aunt once said that the world would never find peace until men fell at their women's feet and asked for forgiveness. Something good will come of all things yet. They have worries. They're counting the miles. They're thinking about where to sleep tonight, how much money for gas, the weather, how they'll get there, and all the time they'll get there anyway. You see? I feel guilty for being a member of the human race. Are we fallen angels who didn't want to believe that nothing is nothing, and so we're born to lose our loved ones and dear friends one by one and finally our own life, to see it proved? Offer them what they secretly want, and they, of course, immediately become panic-stricken. Things are so hard to figure out when you live from day to day in this feverish and silly world. The closer you get to real matter, rock, air, fire, and wood, boy, the more spiritual the world is. Maybe that's what life is. A wink of the eye and winking stars. I like too many things and get all confused and hung up running from one falling star to another till I drop. I was halfway across America, at the dividing line between the east of my youth and the west of my future. I just won't sleep. I decided there were so many other interesting things to do. The page is long, blank, and full of truth. When I am through with it, it shall probably be long, full, and empty with words. If moderation is a fault, then indifference is a crime. Life is a gate, a way, a path to paradise anyway. Why not live for fun and joy and love, or some sort of girl by a fireside? Why not go to your desire and laugh? I hope it is true that a man can die and yet not only live in others but give them life, and not only life, but that great consciousness of life. Better to sleep in an uncomfortable bed free than sleep in a comfortable bed unfree. And the story of love is a long, sad tale ending in graves. My eyes were glued on life, and they were full of tears. LA is the loneliest and most brutal of American cities. NY gets god-awful cold in the winter, but there's a feeling of wacky comradeship somewhere in some streets. LA is a jungle. All human beings are also dream beings. Dreaming ties all mankind together. The beauty of things must be that they end. For the first time in my life, the weather was not something that touched me, that caressed me, froze or sweated me, but became me. They build their own hells. Let the mind beware that though the flesh be bugged, the circumstances of existence are pretty glorious. Oh, it was a fine night, a warm night, a wine-drinking night, a moony night, and a night to hug your girl and talk and spit and be heaven-going. All he needed was a wheel in his hand and 4 on the road. And when the fog's over and the stars and the moon come out at night, it'll be a beautiful sight. There are worse things than being mad. Let nature do the freezing and frightening and isolating in this world. Let men work and love and fight it off. The details are the life of it. I insist, say everything on your mind. Don't hold back. Don't analyze or anything as you go along. Say it out. Pretty girls make graves. We all must admit that everything is fine and there's no need in the world to worry. And in fact, we should realize what it would mean to us to understand that we're not really worried about anything. There was nothing to talk about anymore. The only thing to do was go. Be in love with your life, every detail of it. Roaring dreams take place in a perfectly silent mind. Now that we know this, throw the raft away. The road must eventually lead to the whole world. All I wanted to do was sneak out into the night and disappear somewhere, and go and find out what everybody was doing all over the country. It's goodbye, but we lean forward to the next crazy venture beneath the skies. You'd be surprised how little I knew even up to yesterday. What difference does it make after all? Anonymity in the world of men is better than fame in heaven. For what's heaven? What's earth? All in the mind. Love is all. The silence was an intense roar. The empty blue sky of space says, all this comes back to me, then goes again, and comes back again, then goes again, and I don't care. It still belongs to me. Prison is where you promise yourself the right to live. Paris is a woman, but London is an independent man puffing his pipe in a pub. I'm right there, swimming the river of hardships, but I know how to swim. It no longer makes me cry and die and tear myself to see her go, because everything goes away from me like that now. Girls, visions, anything. Just in the same way and forever, and I accept lostness forever. I was suddenly left with nothing in my hands but a handful of crazy stars. Jack Kerouac was an American novelist, poet, and leading figure of the Beat generation in the 1950s. He is best known for his influential novel On the Road, which chronicles his travels across America with a group of bohemian friends. Kerouac's writing style was characterized by its spontaneous and stream-of-consciousness nature, often capturing the essence of the Beat generation's quest for freedom, spirituality, and non-conformity. Despite struggling to find commercial success during his lifetime, Kerouac's work has had a lasting impact on American literature and continues to be celebrated for its artistry and exploration of countercultural themes.